Hey, long time no see. I never know how to start these because there's always like a long gap in between every one of these videos I make. I should get back to my Let's Plays, and I probably will. I've just been, I don't know, I guess I got a little burnt out or whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I don't want to go on too long of a, oh, this is why I haven't been here, because I don't really know. So I'll just get into the reason that people are here, which is to see the progress on the map since the last time I made a video about it. One of the little things is with these gaps here, we've got the fun little glass layers to help make the pit look more like it just kind of goes off forever, because I don't know, I just think it looks a bit better. I mean, it's still I still kind of hate this. I still think it's a bit ugly, and part of me wishes that I didn't do this. And I had just built stuff here, but honestly, it's whatever, and I just know that I should not make any pits that large in the future if there are sections that are totally cut off. But anyway, that's not the main thing. I just wanted to show that off briefly. The first new stuff is we've just got some little builds down here. Nothing too crazy. Just stuff you see as you're walking down the road here. Like, ad for the motel. Or billboard for the motel. Same diff. As you can tell, though, I haven't finished building this road. I'm going to be building down there next time. I had kind of hoped to do the, Historical Society prison area over there in this video, and then do make my full no commentary tour thing of South Vale, uh, after, after this video, but I realized this one's gonna be kind of long because I have a decent amount to cover, and I just figured I'll save that for its own video once I build it, and then I'll do my little tour thing, and then that'll be the South Vale area done, which is exciting because that's like a big milestone area. So after that, I'll be moving on to, I think my plan is to detour and do some Silent Hill 3 and 4 builds that aren't in this town itself, because I wanted to include those. I think I mentioned that in my last episode video, whatever you want to call it. I can't remember if I did, but if I did not, yes, I'm hoping to add those areas as well. And then I'm gonna go back around and be going across the lake and building the like old and central Silent Hill stuff. Also, is my render distance really high right now? Oh my god, why is my render distance so high? What the hell? Hold on, let me just. Sorry, I just noticed because I could see the island out there. I was like, that is bizarre. I should not be able to see that far out. Anyway, ignore that. As you can tell, very professional here. Extremely professional. I'm not just rambling at a camera. Not even a camera. I'm not on camera. I'm not even rambling at my computer to no one. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm probably just rusty because I haven't made a video in a while. This is what happens. Anyway, getting back to it. The first thing I want to show is the bowling alley, because, I mean, that's cool, right? Got Pete's Bowl-O-Rama, which, yes, it's actually written vertically like this in-game. I didn't just do that. It's just like that. But I don't know, I think it kind of works. And I also have this larger sign that says bowl. I think it's normally actually a symbol of a bowling pin, but, don't worry about it. Another bowl here. Go inside, and there's like a little back room staff area with a little vending machine that doesn't work. And then we can come out. Takes us into the main bowling alley, which is pretty dark in here, but it actually is in game, so it's technically not inaccurate. I did add a little bit of light in here, though. So this is where the infamous pizza scene occurs. But no pizza here, unfortunately. I do have the little bowling alley that goes all the way down here, with even the little gutters. So yeah, this is This is a smaller little interior, but I still like it. And, oh yeah, the road is, I mean, you can just walk through this, but it's technically blocked off. Not really. You can just walk right through. Which, in Silent Hill 3, you can just walk through there, but in 2, you're supposed to go back around here through Heaven's Night. So, yeah, we're in this little dingy back exit. You come up here, and there's a room in here, and a mirror into another version of the room. It's supposed to just be a mirror, but, technically you can also enter it from this side, because there's supposed to be 2 rooms, but then there's also supposed to be a mirror in the room, so I decided to make it so that, the rooms were each other's mirror. And just hope no one paid too close attention to that. Anyway, oh yeah, this interior is nice actually. I like the main. I even did the little neon signs. That was my attempt at making a person. It's you can kind of tell, maybe a little bit. Then we have, oh yeah, I just did mundane potions, but I just added that for decoration anyway. But yeah, we've got Heaven's Night. That's, yeah, that's the building. I like the little stage actually. It looks alright. I mean, there is no actual backstage. It's a lie, but can't actually see it in game either, so whatever. I like the booths that are, can't really sit in them properly because of how I built it, but I know exactly what I'm doing at all times. Oh yeah, it's actually labeled here as Heaven's Night, and that it's open. So, yippee. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I either have no energy or I have too much energy when I'm making these. Like, I need to find a good balance, but whatever. I guess it's just because I enjoy these. I don't know. Oh yeah, also I've built up more of this, so there's nice, all the trees and the, well, I think the hill was already here, but I added more trees to fill out this area. So, we are coming to what's probably going to be the main attraction, which, side note, permit perking, I made it accurate in game, rather than fixing the typo. I think for the most part I fixed the typo, but I kept that one in for the funnies. Anyway, the funny, what am I saying? I don't know. But yes, the main thing I'm probably going to be looking at for most of this video is the hospital, because as you can tell, it is a large building, and on top of that, there are technically 3 versions of it. So, it's a lot. It's probably the main reason why this one has taken me a while, because having to build 3 versions of a building is a bit, makes you not want to work on it sometimes. A little bit. Just a little bit. After I built this whole one, and then built the first version of the Otherworld, and then realized I would have to do it all again for the other one, I did take a short break because I was like, I cannot do that, please. But I did just finish it recently. In fact, I actually had a bit of a mishap that I with the thing where I accidentally made a command that was infinitely teleporting me out of the nether whenever I tried to enter the nether, and I had a whole thing where I felt that I had permanently lost access to the nether and would have had to roll back to a backup from like last week and lose the entire second Otherworld, which would have really sucked, and this would have made this taken even longer to I don't know, I can't speak. It would have made this take even longer to come out because I would have had to rebuild that, and I might have been kind of low on motivation to work on it because I lost all of it. But anyway, I'm just glad that I got that fixed. I mean, I did get, I want to thank the people who helped me figure that out. I was talking with some of my friends in a call with it last night, and we were able to figure out what the fuck was going on. Because, yeah, it was stupid. It was, I had to load my backup, find the coordinates of the command block, in the, like, where the backup was. I hadn't placed the command block yet, but I knew where it was going to go. So I had to go there, hope that I got the coordinates right, and then I had to force load the chunk because I was in the overworld, so I couldn't do commands on it because the chunk wasn't loaded. So I had to force load the chunk at that location and then set the block to air so that the command block would get deleted so that I could go back into the nether and then set it up properly. It was really annoying and it took way too long to figure out. Do not recommend. But anyway, getting that tangent side story out of the way, I will actually show off the Brookhaven Hospital. Ooh. Sorry, I don't know why I go on random side tangents so much. But I guess that's kind of the point of these commentary videos, is I make them so I can talk about the process, because I like sharing what I've done and what I've worked on for this and how things are going. And then I'm, of course, still planning to make that no commentary one where I do a little tour area where I'm just showing things off without all the yammering, so I'm sure that'll be nice for some people. Anyway, this is the first room where you got like a save point here. As you can tell, a lot of the interiors aren't the most detailed, but I tried my best to get the general impression of the room across. I may pull up some comparisons between like this room and the actual in-game version. I don't know though, because I am lazy, so no promises on that, but if I remember to, I might. Oh yeah, here's another little room. It's like a little stretcher and stuff. I guess maybe they would... I don't know what this room is. I forget. It's something. Some kind of surgery room or temporary room or office or something. Oh yeah. I think there's supposed to be seating here or something. I don't remember, but there wasn't a lot of room again, so a lot of these little interior rooms don't look quite how I'd like. But I did get the little fridge here where you can find a health drink in Silent Hill 3, so you know. A lot of these doors do not actually go anywhere though. This elevator does not work. And there is a door that would lead into the outside world, but it's blocked off. I mean, you can almost... There you go. You can kind of get over to it, but as you can tell, it's iron, so you can't open it anyway. And then also, you're trapped forever. I do not recommend doing this. Hold on, I might actually have to break this. There we go. Yeah, don't do that. I do not recommend doing that. Unless you want to get trapped. Oh yeah. This is a room that's where you find one of the Stanley's diaries in Silent Hill 3. I didn't add those around. Like, it could have been kind of funny to add those as things you could read, but I didn't. So, for the most part, I didn't add any of the notes or anything, but there are a couple exceptions that you'll see later when I get there. For reasons. One of them, I have no idea why I bothered adding it, and the other one I actually used for a mechanical purpose. Anyway. Again, a lot of these doors. I don't even know why I bother opening the ones that don't lead anywhere. Because I know they don't lead anywhere. This is C1. So yeah, this is the first floor. I will be checking that out later. But as you can see, these are like the actual hospital ward rooms where you have all the beds and the side tables and stuff. It's kind of messy though, all the beds are everywhere. Oh, this one's even more messy. I mean, they're supposed to be like that, obviously. This one's a little more clean. Oh yeah, this is one where Stanley has all that stuff glued to the wall, so I kind of just put some random looking items there attached to the wall. I thought that was kind of a neat way of doing it. I don't know, maybe that's silly, but it gets the vibe across, I guess. Door does not work. And does this elevator work? Oh yes, it does. I don't know why. I should know that. So we're on the first floor, so let's go up to the second floor. Ignore that. And we even got little windows to the outside. So actually see. That is something I try to do. When I'm building my interiors, I try to make them actually inside the building when possible. Sometimes I have to finagle around it because I can't, but I try to make them inside the interiors of the building so that, you know, you can look out the windows and actually see outside and stuff like that. And it's fun to try and fit everything within the actual confines of the building, though sometimes you just cannot. Like in the previous video when I was showing off the mansion, most of that was underground, not inside the actual building because nothing fit. I think this is like in the actual game, this is like a briefcase, and there's like an alarm clock here. It's a whole puzzle thing. So I just kind of alluded to its existence, but I didn't make anything too crazy because I didn't feel like trying to build out entire actual functioning puzzles or anything. So it's more just you can explore everything as is. No puzzles blocking your way, for better or worse. I believe this is another spot where there's a puzzle where there's like a dead body here with a tattoo on it and like a typewriter with notes and stuff. Yeah, lots of just random little rooms with little things in them, nothing too crazy, but I still want to show off stuff. Oh yeah, I'll use the staircase at the end. Well, not the end, but again, does not work. I believe these doors are not functioning. Yeah. Oops, I always forget that happens. Ignore that. Don't know why I had to walk in to check. Here, these are just like little lockers. I think this is the men's locker room. And yeah, this is the women's locker room. It's a nurse station that you can't get into. I'll take the stairs this time. We've seen the elevator. Nothing crazy new with the elevator. I guess before I go to the third floor, I'll also show the roof. This one, as you see, I didn't write the actual note out, I just put the book there, but I could have made it actual functional thing. As you can see, the roof is actually on the roof. You can't get up there, though. Or go in there. It's just a cool little roof access. The funky stuff up here. It's funny though, because it takes up a much smaller section of the building than the actual roof is. I'm not sure why that's the case, but whatever. Maybe that's normal. I don't know. I don't go on the roof of buildings very often, to be fair. Anyway, checking out the third floor now. We've got these isolation rooms, I guess is what you would call them. So I actually made it so they can only be opened from the outside. And they're padded inside. Yeah, they're pretty much all identical. Nothing too much to note there. Oh yeah, this is actually accessible. It's a little storage room. Just shelves and stuff. Nothing too crazy. Another elevator that doesn't work. And this door is entirely blocked off. And these are like little single bedrooms, so I think this one or one of them is where Maria stops to rest at one point. But yeah, these are like the personal ones, whereas the ones below are larger rooms meant for several people to be in at once. Hence the multiple beds. They're all pretty much the same, though, on the inside. And that one has a save point in it. Again, it is cool that you can actually look outside, though. Same with up there. Little windows. I believe... Oh yeah, I do want to show off the basement first. And then I will show off the first Otherworld. Oh, staircase. I should know. I built this whole thing out. I should know its layout by now. I built it up 3 times, in fact. Anyway, this is the basement. Blood. Or maybe just redstone, who knows? Into a non-functional elevator. And another weird little storage room. Stuff. It's, there's a puzzle here in Silent Hill 3. In 2, you can't actually get down here, I don't think. At least not in, this version of it. Anywho, I think I will show the... Yes, I will go 2nd floor. We're going to this mystery door. As you'll see, a lot of these are marked M6, M5, like that. They all have a number on them. And this one is question mark because it's a door that should not be here. And if we step through the door, you saw that quick loading thing. We are somewhere entirely different now. Okay, before I continue, one more rambly thing. I'm a big fan of how this turned out, where it's sort of like a gradienting thing. Like if I can spell, drink night vision briefly, you'll see I have black terracotta, mangrove, brown. So like with night vision, I mean it still looks decent with the night vision. But yeah, I did that to just kind of try my best to subtly fade out the areas that you can't access. Anyway, I don't want night vision on because it's going to make everything look really obnoxiously bright. But yeah, I think that looks cool. Anyway, that's just a silly little thing I thought would be cool to show. Not that important, I guess. But you see, I did that a lot. It could have been cool to have these actually open and close with redstone or commands or something, but I got lazy because there were a lot of them. And sorry, maybe I'll go back and implement that later if I feel like it. I don't know. Could be kind of neat. But in the meantime, you get static gates that just kind of chill through. It's just basically a long maze-like series of corridors, complete with dead ends. We're almost through it, I think. This almost reminds me of, like, this part in particular, almost reminds me of that one freaking, liminal space image that got used as one of the back room levels, whatever. I'm split on the whole thing of the whole back rooms levels, and like I don't really care for the entities part of that stuff. I always think those spaces are more interesting on the merit of just the vibes and or the idea of like the back rooms is part of the ideas of being alone or not knowing if you're alone or not, so the entities kind of... Anyway, sorry, I'm totally off track. My point is, one of the early rooms that got used as a level was one where there's all these, like, pipes, and it's like a long hallway with pipes, and this kind of reminds me of that. Anyway, I don't know why I started going on a whole tangent about that. I cannot stay on topic. Oh my god. Anyway. Did I mention that this is the Silent Hill 3 of Otherworld mall that we're going through first? Because you will notice, I don't know why I'm looking behind me. You're not behind me. You will notice some notable differences in the way that it looks. Which is one of the things I think is kind of fun about doing this, is when you're building both versions, you get to directly see the difference, because you don't always think about how different the Otherworld can actually present itself between games. I just think that's neat. Here's the long ladder. Sadly, we don't have LTL cranking the crank yank or the thing with the weird nurse floating in the water thing. Well, I mean, for one thing, you can't put water in the nether, but also, I don't know, I guess there wasn't really room. Sadly. Anyway. We are here. This is, I want to say, the third floor? I forget. I think it's the third floor. But as you can see, it's looking pretty different. I'm a big fan of the copper grates, though. I'm so glad we got those, because they work perfectly for this. I don't know what I would have used if not for them. Maybe, like, did we have copper trapdoors yet? Maybe copper trapdoors if we had those, or iron trapdoors if we didn't, or maybe even acacia trapdoors? I don't know. It just would have been more ugly, in my opinion. Oh, wait a second. Is that room I think that room's not supposed to be visible. Oops, I may have to fix that in the video because I'm too lazy to re-record the whole... Yeah, no, this is a room that is not supposed to be accessible. I forgot to fill this in. Get to see me build something on camera, I guess. There we go. That'll work. No one will ever know. Wow, I must have forgot this room existed. Actually, I guess this isn't that bad because since this is the commentary video rather than a no commentary tour thing where I want things to be more professional, I can use this as a chance to show stuff. Like, as you can see, in this version, I actually made the roof taller so that the room kind of feels like it just extends for an unnatural distance. So, now you can see me build this on camera. I could cut this out, but I'm not going to because I think it's potentially interesting. And also, people could just skip it if they really don't want to see this. So, no skin off my teeth or something. Is that the expression? I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know what I don't know. Anyway, that's that. Looking much nicer now. This is a room where you find a body hanging down and there's like blood in the bucket and then you collect it, but one thing I'm annoyed about is unlike in Bedrock, you can't put potions in cauldrons. I really wanted to have like this cauldron full of some kind of red potion so it looked like it was full of blood because lava just wouldn't look right, but alas, that's not a thing. Also, cool thing about copper grates, you can actually see down to the floors below, which is a feature that I quite like. I think it's cool. Except for instances where you can't, because I've done it like this. But that's because the second floor is not actually accessible in this area, so I just sneakily didn't include it. Although if you jump down here, you... Oh no, actually I did a good job of blocking that off. You can't actually tell. We've got this funky little room here, which you can see there's more stuff below. The chains were an addition by me. I don't think they're actually meant to be there, but I think it looks more cool. You'll be able to see it better when I'm down there, but trust me, it looks cool. Probably. Or maybe I just think it's cool. Anyway, it's cool to me, and that's what matters. You can see in this hallway, this elevator actually does work now. You can even see down below to the darkness. Yeah, we're on the third floor. So here's the second floor. You can see there's now space above. I've actually built it like that because I thought it'd be cool. Now you see there's two above and one below. And the one below is this basement here where you find our good pal number 7, Stanley Coleman. I guess that's technically a spoiler. I apologize for anyone who didn't already know about that. Does remind me, I need to get back to my Let's Play so I can get to Silent Hill 3, because I'm looking forward to replaying that one. And Silent Hill 4, because I've only played that one once. And it was a whole fiasco. Anyway, yeah. So these are meant to be the little stretchers. Which, fun story, I forgot that beds blow up in the Nether. So I had to rebuild this part of this room at one point because I accidentally right-clicked a bed and then realized my horrible mistake. So, yeah, that's why they're like this. But honestly, I think this works pretty well too for what I was trying to get across. They didn't need to be beds anyway because they're like stretchers, not beds. Also, I added this little bit with the charring, and there's like a little lever here to be the key, the burnt key you find in there. Even though you're not actually using it, but in my mind, levers in Minecraft are kind of like keys, or buttons can be kind of like keys, so it just made sense to me. Anyway, I'm gonna go back up to the 3rd floor briefly. We have the mirror room, the infamous mirror room in Silent Hill 3. Once again, I just do the whole tinted glass thing with the copy of the room on the other side. Can't have the cool thing that actually happens in this room, sadly. Oh, and also, pit that leads to the floor below. You can't actually jump down to the floor below in game, but I made it so you can see the floor below because I think it's cool that way. Anyway, you can't access the stairs from here, so we must take the elevator. So we will go and take the elevator down to the 2nd floor. There are no doors here. You cannot access it from this floor. Oh yeah, there's also this weird little glass thing, which I was having trouble even making out what this was at first, but I think I did a decent job of it. It also has that weird wibbly wobbly glass thing going on, like the section in the ladder room. So I guess if I wanted to replicate that in the ladder room, I could add the dirty glass like this. Brown glass, to me, brown stained glass is the dirty glass because it looks like glass if it got dirt on it. I don't know, I'm stupid. Anyway, point is, I may go back and add this somewhere in the ladder area to help represent that better, because I hadn't thought of that at the time, and then I kind of forgot until I was making this video. But anyway, I do think this is kind of neat looking. Oh yes, here is where you get the mystery phone call, which I just recently realized that the part where the phone call dude asks whether you would prefer to give pain or receive it, and you'll get the one that you hate the most, that is in reference to the fact that after you hear the phone call, it gives you the it spawns in a gift for you in one of the rooms, which that part I did know. But what I didn't clue in on is the fact that the give pain or receive it thing is in reference to the fact that you either get ammo or healing items depending on which you have less of. So that's what that bit at the end is in reference to. I mean, maybe there's some symbolic stuff there too, but that is the gist of it. Oh yeah, this room that has just like the weird creature in the locker. I think it looks kind of neat. Anyway. As you can see, cannot even access that area, so we will not. We will instead move down to the 1st floor, which has a lot of doors that don't go anywhere, including this exit door. We are not leaving. Not allowed. Also this room, which is oddly empty. I don't know what its purpose is in game. It's kind of just there. I don't know. Also this room, which is directly below the phone call room. And a wall. Oh wait, actually. Check out it through here first. Now you can see how I have the chains. It's like holding up these wall bits. I don't know, I thought it's cool. And holding them up above the abyss below. Got this book labeled The Seal. Oh fuck, did I delete it forever? Oopsie. I deleted the book forever. I meant to pick it up. I mean that was the one where I didn't really know why I had it anyway, so I'm just going to casually replace this with a regular book because I don't feel like remaking it because I didn't even know why I bothered writing it all out in the first place, because having the book here gets my point across. Also the This is an invisible item frame that I use for some sneakiness. Also, I want to have some paper around here. Scattered paper around here anyway, so let me just... Voila. There we go. Yeah, no one will ever know what's in that book now, except for, when my sister was on this world briefly, because I was working on this section, and she saw that book, but now no one will ever know. I mean, it was literally just the book that's in there in-game, so... Anyway. Ignoring that and moving on, go through here to get access to this area. Also a fun little message from our phone caller friend. And yeah, more of these rooms. Unfortunately, there's not a lot to say about a lot of these little rooms because they're kind of just rooms. Ah, but there is this one. This is the other instance of a book that I actually wrote out, but this one I'm going to keep because it actually has a purpose, which is... The book is just talking about sacrifice stuff. It's supposed to be a clue for the actual puzzle here, which is where you're supposed to bring blood here and use it as basically a sacrifice. But I didn't implement that puzzle, obviously, so instead what I've done is you read this book, and I did accidentally kind of make it so you don't get enough time to read the last little bit there. Oops. Although technically you can just read it from here, so it's whatever. Anywho, as you probably caught on, we have been teleported. So, we go down here into this spooky little room where you fight Leonard in Silent Hill 3. Again, I'm spoiling Silent Hill 3 stuff out here. I apologize. I probably should just not be telling you all these specifics in case you didn't already know. Especially because I'm planning to do a playthrough of that game at some point. But anyway, yeah, this would be a boss fight, but since I didn't implement the boss fight, I just have a little exit thing here. And that takes you back here to the room where Stanley has stuff glued to the wall. However, we are not actually done. Because we now have to look at the Silent Hill 2 Otherworld, which I did it in this order specifically because Silent Hill 3 brings you back into an area near where the entrance to the Silent Hill 2 one is, whereas the Silent Hill 2 one, it's going to take us outside of the building, so it's a better point to end at. But yes, now we are here. As you can see, it's a bit of a different look. Also, this elevator actually works, so we may be using that. Yeah. Nothing too crazy about these rooms. I have more trouble walking through these because the banners make it hard to tell where the edges of the doors are. Yeah, this one's got a bit more of a different vibe. I don't know how to put it into words. I do think it's kind of neat that in the third game you start on the 3rd floor and work your way down, whereas in this one you start on the 1st floor and work your way up. But, yeah, that's just a little side tangent. This video has been 90% side tangents. I don't know why I'm saying that. Oh yeah, wait, before I do leave, I believe in this little section, you find a battery here, and then that battery doesn't actually get used until, like, later, which reminds me. Again, with the building, I feel like this would kind of look better if it was like that, so, because there's supposed to be a little thing there where you get the little battery, I think. So, yeah, ignore me doing, just changing things in the video, because I just suddenly decide to. But anyway. Here is another room. They're not that exciting. They're just like rooms. I know, crazy, right? Oh yeah, we have this little day room area in the Silent Hill 2's Otherworld, which there's like a little toppled over fridge here. Very different looking, that's for sure. Once again, cannot get out here, so we'll be taking the elevator again. Actually, that's another interesting thing. It's sort of an inversion. In this version of the second floor, you can only access this area, and in Silent Hill 3's Otherworld, you can only access the other area of the second floor. That's kind of funny. Didn't even notice that until now. Anyway, up to the third floor. There's a staircase there, which we will be checking out, but first, yep, these are the individual rooms. I don't think there's anything too crazy notable about them. Wait, that might be the... Oh, nope, there's another one. Yeah, they're not too exciting. However... Oh yes, the staircase. We will also check that out shortly. And here's this storage room, which looks basically exactly the same. No weird mirrors going on there. Also, all the windows are covered up. So that's wonderful. We don't get to look outside, I guess. Here's the staircase. We cannot go out onto the roof. Cannot go to the second floor. And cannot go to the first floor. As you can tell, there is stuff on the first floor. And we can go down to the basement, which there's stuff down there, but it's blocked off. And then we go to this little room here, takes us down here, and then there's like a copper key here, so I just put a little trapdoor to represent that that would be there, but didn't make it functional, because again, didn't do puzzles, just explorable areas. So we will go back up to the third floor. Now, the way we're going to get to the rest of the first floor is by taking the staircase here. 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 Down all the way down here. Into a hallway here, where you get chased by our pal Pyramid Head in the actual game. And Maria probably will get skewered several or billion times, except I think when I did this in my playthrough, I actually got through it on the first try somehow and was really surprised by that. But anyway, we go into this elevator. None of the buttons work. So we just leave, and we're on the first floor now. And like everything is blocked off basically, except for this one door here, which is like a weird little office, and then you find a book and a map here and stuff. And then from here, we go out, and we're back, but it's nighttime now. Which I did because that's what happens in game. So if we... Go around here. Somewhere around here. Oh, it is farther off than I realized. For some reason I thought it was close by. Oh, it's here. Duh. When it's nighttime, this little area opens up as like basically a shortcut, I guess. That's that. So, yeah. Since I have day-night cycle off, I do have to manually set the daytime back, but I'll probably have stuff that does that. Anyway, yeah, so from here, we'd be going all the way down, up this way, to the Historical Society, which I've not built yet. And there also is like a bridge up further that you can't get across. And that's technically going to be the last of the South Vale areas, aside from cleanup stuff like, it's, yeah, that area over there, as you can see, needs cleanup because it abruptly stops. And also this here where there's this tunnel, this is going to be cleaned up, and also this inaccessible area is going to get cleaned up. And I'm not going to just blow a giant hole here. I'm going to do something, like build some stuff or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Probably depends on this bit. Oh wait, I know what I'd do. I should probably make a better method of getting back here, but whatever, it works. We teleport to the hub here. You can get a better look at the progress I've made. So, as you can see, the only major red section is this inaccessible area here, which is part of the cleanup. And then there's this road here, and getting this bit done. Also, as you can see, adding the black glass makes this look a lot better, so thank you to my sister for coming up with that idea, because I was just gonna leave them blank, but they kind of look better this way. Anyway, this is one of the little Silent Hill 4 areas that I'll be building as well. This stuff is gonna come, like, this section here is, like, lowest priority stuff that I'm not really that fussed on whether it gets done or not, but I would like to do it for the sake of completion. So, my current plan is build this part out, go off and build, like, 3 areas from 3 and 4, and then come back and go up and build the resort area and, like, Old and Central Silent Hill up here. So, yeah, this whole northern section is the next big milestone after... Well, I guess the Silent Hill 3 and 4 areas are also their own separate milestone as well. But they at least have the benefit of being a bunch of not as connected areas. Like the mall, with 3 it's like the mall, the subway, the underpass, stuff like that. And like with Silent Hill 4 it's all the individual worlds and the apartments. So it's probably not going to take as long to do those areas. Certainly probably not as long as it's taken to do all this stuff so far. But yeah, it's pretty exciting because I feel like we've made a lot of progress here. I mean, this is a whole big section that's almost in a state where I would say it's complete. But as you can tell, it's not really the whole thing is not really complete in the grand scheme of things. But I'm still happy. This is still a lot of progress in my opinion, even if it's taken me a while. And I look forward to being able to share it more directly once everything is done. And I'm glad you've been following this along, because I've been really enjoying working on it, and even if it's not the fastest, I just enjoy the process of making it, and I like seeing where it's coming along and seeing how far it's going. And these videos are a cool way of doing that, because I get to directly see the difference over time and share that with other people. So, yeah, I will see you when I see you.